Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm sorry for the delay. I was just having some technical difficulties, but I'm here now. And I can't wait to tell everybody a bit more about the online learning experience at Nexford. In the meantime, I would love for everybody who's already on the chat with me to please introduce himself or herself on chat. So in the webinar chat, if everybody can just please tell me from where in the world you're joining me from today, as well as which Nexford program you're interested to apply to. Amazing. I've got some hellos already on chat. Thanks everyone for introducing yourselves. We have Mary from Nigeria. We have Jepta from Nigeria as well. Hi, David from Kenya and Becky from Kenya also. You're interested in customer service and logistics. All right. I hope I can get to tell you more about that in the webinar. I do regret to inform you, though, we don't currently have a program that is specific to customer service, but we have some things that are related to logistics. Hi, Adineki from Nigeria. We've got Chidi as well. Okafor, Adineki is interested in a BBA. Fantastic. All right. Hi, Edmund from Ghana. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for taking the time to join our virtual tour today. I'm super excited to tell you guys more about the online learning experience at Nexford. For anyone just joining in, don't worry, you're not too late. We are just getting started. And to let everyone know, this call is being recorded. So if at any point you need to dash out, or if you would like to watch a playback of the webinar, you can definitely ask our team and they'll be more than happy to send you a recording of this virtual tour. So it is a shorter virtual tour, by the way, guys, that you have registered for today. Usually it runs for 30 minutes, but it can run up to 1 hour, depending on the questions that we have. Towards the end. So I will be taking questions. There is a Q&A or a question and answer section at the end of this webinar. So please make sure to prepare your questions and to send them in the Q&A section or the Q&A button. You should be able to see that in your Zoom application. Please send your questions there. It's going to be easier for me to find your questions there than to try to weed them out through the webinar chat. However, if for some reason you send them in the chat, and that happens a lot, I will try my best to read them as well in the chat and make sure I don't miss any. But just in case you don't want your questions to be missed, please send them in the Q&A part, and I'll make sure to get to them towards the end of the webinar after sharing more with everyone about the online learning experience. All right, I have Bruce from Kenya as well, who's interested in an MBA. We've got John interested in a BBA. Okay, fantastic. All right, I think we can get started. So I'll just prepare to share my screen with everyone. With a show of hands, I just want to make sure with everyone that everyone can hear me just fine, and I am not still having any technical difficulties. So if you could just raise your hand or maybe say a yes or any confirmation. Okay, thanks so much, Rebecca, for being the first one to raise your hand. All right. I see we have some new joiners. Hi, Patrick. You're from Rwanda and you're currently based in Kenya. Okay, that's interesting. And you are interested in our MBA program. Okay, fantastic. I see we've got our first question from Rebecca on chat. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Please, guys, make sure to send your questions so that I can get to them towards the end of the webinar. All right, I will start sharing my screen, guys. Okay, with another lovely show of hands, if everybody can just let me know that they can already start seeing my screen. Okay, thank you, John. I see 2 more, 3 more people. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I'll take that as a sign that a lot of you can see my screen, and let's get started. So though I did forget to introduce myself to you guys, I'm sure you've seen it in the registration for the tour, but just in case you haven't, a quick reminder, my name is Mai, and I'm a senior Nexford Application Specialist, and I've been with Nexford for going on almost 4 years now. And during that time, I have spoken with so many aspiring learners such as yourselves from all around the world. And when I say all around the world, I mean literally over 100+ countries around the world. That's from where a lot of our learners are from. So we've got quite a diverse global learner community at Nexford, and I'm sure we would love to have you join us as well. One of the common questions I get, of course, is how exactly will I be studying online at Nexford, and how is the online learning experience like? I'll do my best in our short time that we have today to show you glimpses of the online learning experience, to give you a better idea, to show you how the courses look like and how you're going to be studying, and so much more. And of course, if you have additional questions, a reminder to everyone to please send your questions in the Q&A section or the Q&A area so that I can make sure to answer them at the end. And don't miss your question. Okay. So what everyone is currently looking at is the homepage of our online learning platform at Nexford. The online learning management system we use is called Canvas. So your program content, your assessment, and your final projects will be available on your learning management system, which like I said, is called Canvas, and it's being used, it's the same platform being used by Ivy League universities. So you will need a laptop or a desktop when working on your projects, but there is a mobile application as well, so you can go through the modules wherever you are. So like I said, it's called Canvas, but the mobile application is called Canvas Student. This is how the icon looks like, and whether you're using an iPhone or an Android phone, you should be able to download this mobile application to do your studying on the go. And just a reminder, you will receive access to this online platform and receive access to your program via the mobile application only after you have gotten enrolled. So to get enrolled at Nexford means you first have to start your application, your online application. And I'm happy to walk everyone through the process of that towards the end if you have questions about that. Whether or not you ask, I'll do my best to run over the application and enrollment process, because it's very important that everybody learns what is required of them to apply at Nexford, as well as what the enrollment deadlines are, so you don't happen to miss out on the batch of learners or the intake or the month that you wish to start. Okay, so like I said, you have to first get enrolled. You have to apply, you have to get full admission into Nexford, choose your program start date. And even if you don't choose to start your program right away, you will have access from now until the day or the date you start your program. You will have access to this online platform, which means you will have early access to all the online learning benefits as a Nexford learner. Okay, and I will go over a lot of those benefits hopefully today. So let's get started. So these boxes you see in front of you in the homepage, in the dashboard of the online platform, represent either the courses that you're enrolled in at Nexford or resources you always have access to. So for example, leadership and organizational development, this is an example of one of the MBA courses. Roadmap to Success is an example of one of the BBA courses. And then the writing lab is one of those resources that you will always have access to. So it's always going to be in your main dashboard here. And we will go over this today as well. But first, let's talk about the NXU orientation. So NXU stands for Nexford University, and the orientation is not a course that is included in your MBA or BBA program or whichever program you're applying to. Rather, it's like your welcome package that you need to complete before you start your official program. So it is much shorter than any Nexford course. You'll see that every Nexford course is designed in the same way, in that it has 6 modules that you need to complete, as well as a final project. So for example, this is one of the MBA courses. And if you click on any course from your dashboard, you're going to see it has the same table of contents. If you go to the module section, I'll show you here. It shows module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, like I said, and a final project. All right, so this is longer, right? But let me show you the NXU orientation. As you can see, it is much shorter. It has a module 1, 2, and 3, and that's it, and a closing. All right, so let's just delve deep into the introduction part of the NXU orientation. So this is the introduction part. And you'll see here right from the beginning, we welcome you, of course, to Nexford University. And there is a welcome video from our founder and CEO, Fadl Tarzi himself, where he tells everybody a bit about the Nexford University mission and how we got started. So I'd love to play this for everybody just for a few seconds to have an idea.
It's been said that the future is a convenient place for dreams, so why not dream big? I've always known education changes lives, but I first realized its impact over a decade ago. On my entrepreneurial journey, I saw a gap between the skills of college graduates and the needs of employers. With my own startups, I struggled to find people with the right competencies. For example, I couldn't find a software engineer with effective communication skills. I couldn't find the creative designers who could plan.
All right, that is just a sneak peek for everybody, but hopefully you can watch this video in its entirety once you get enrolled at Nexford and once you go through the NXU orientation. But I just want to tell everyone that this video right here is just a small example of the different and dynamic elements through which you're going to be doing your studying at Nexford. So it's not just going to be a lot of text. We don't want our learners falling asleep. You're going to find embedded videos like these. Sometimes you'll find embedded audio clips, blog length articles, little assessments and exercises, and outside resources, sometimes YouTube videos, and so much more. There's always something to keep you engaged. And if we have some time today, hopefully I can show you some of those different and dynamic elements. So any video you'll find has a written transcript that you can download, which can be super useful. And as you go through the orientation, we tell you more about some things that you can join that can make your learning experience at Nexford much easier from the start. For example, joining learning communities, NXU learning communities, which are led by other Nexford learners who are experts in certain industries of which you may have an interest in. For example, if you are interested in entrepreneurship, then I recommend you join that learning community. Otherwise, we also have finance and HR and marketing. And then, of course, we have learner WhatsApp groups. I recommend you guys doing this from the start as well. It's very useful to have a study buddy. And we have a ton of WhatsApp groups from all around the world. So some of them are country specific, program specific, or intake specific. And we always have new ones getting started. You can even start up your own WhatsApp group in case you can't find one in your country or within your intake or program. As you progress through the orientation, we tell you more about the different offerings that Nexford has, the different benefits that you get as a Nexford learner, and also you will go through the University Starter Kit, which gives you an idea about what tools you need to download, or if any, outside of the online learning platform. Like I said, here are the course offerings, and you also get to learn more about how the courses are ordered, how you can take more than one course at the same time and increase your course load to finish your program faster. You learn more, of course, about all the deadlines that you need to know, whether it's for participation or for your assessments or assignments and so on. You're going to know those deadlines very well right from the start, so you never miss out on any. If you ever need to drop a course, if you ever need to take a break from your program, that is definitely possible. We understand that life happens, and sometimes perhaps you can't meet up with your tuition fees for any financial challenges at any given month, or you need to just simply take a break from your program for any personal reasons. Just let our team know, and they will be more than happy to accommodate you. And simply you can pause your program and then get back to your program once you're ready. Of course, there is a limit to how many months you can pause your program. For the BBA, for example, our bachelor's degree program of business administration, you can pause your program for up to 8 months. For our MBA, that is up to 4 months. All right, and of course, anytime that you are not studying, any months you spend not studying, you're not going to pay tuition during those months, because you only pay tuition for the number of months you pay you're studying. You don't pay for per course. All right, and as a Nexford learner, you also get free access to Microsoft 365 Office and all of its tools, which you can download. And then we tell you about more of the types of support you receive during your Nexford learning journey. For example, writing coaches. I'll tell you about a writing coach on board, which is related to the writing lab I showed you guys in the main dashboard right here. So we will get back to that. But most importantly, I just want to tell you guys about success advisors. So you're going to be very familiar with this term during your Nexford journey. Because success advisors are there 24/7. You can access them, you can reach out to them 24/7. We have a lot of success advisors, on board from all around the world or posted around the world, so you can have 24/7 access to them, and they serve as your coach or your mentor throughout your learning journey. So in case you have any challenges with your program, in case you are struggling maybe to get in touch with your professor if you don't understand something about the online platform or your assignment or so on. They're there to support you. And as you can see, they can help you with everything from coping and as well as meeting your target and your goals, and they can help you with scheduling and so much more. Okay, guys, that is a sneak peek of the orientation. Let me jump back to the main homepage here. Please, guys, if anyone has just joined in, just a reminder that this webinar is being recorded, so you can always watch it playback. And also another reminder to please send your questions in the Q&A section so I can get to them at the end of the webinar. All right, so back to the homepage here. I'll just quickly go through the little icons here in the left side navigation pane. Courses will just give you an overview of the courses that you're enrolled in. And then the calendar you'll see right here. For the calendar, every course is kind of color coded, which is something you can control from the main dashboard here. And so that can, help you sort of organize your calendar. You'll see that there are items that get automatically added to your calendar depending on what you're enrolled in. So you will have reminders that automatically get added. Of course, you can add your own events by clicking anywhere. Add your own reminder in your calendar, add your to-do item if you like. And of course, you can flesh that out a little bit more. If you want to write more details in the event in your calendar, you can definitely do so. And the great thing is that your calendar can be synchronized with your PC or laptop. And of course, if you download the mobile application, then you can also sync your calendars with your mobile phone or any device really that you're using, so you never miss out on anything important. And then we have our inbox, which is one of the easiest ways to communicate with anybody in our online community. So you will be receiving things in your inbox from faculty members, whether they're announcements or so on. You can even receive messages in your inbox from professors and other learners. But I want to show you how easy it is to compose a new message to anybody, really. So let's say you want to pick one of the courses that you're enrolled in, such as leadership and organizational development. You can choose that. And do you want to speak with a teacher or a student? For example, you want to speak with a student named Abigail, just put in your subject and your message and send. And it's that easy to speak with anybody through the inbox. And then these announcements that you're receiving often in your inbox is from Caroline Fernandez, which is a writing lab coach. So that is in relation to the writing lab that you can see in the main dashboard here. So let me jump right into that. Once you open up the writing lab, you're in the homepage, and it has similar sort of table of contents like the courses, but much shorter. You'll see the same announcements you receive in your inbox right at the top here. But if we scroll down, this is where we give you a bit of an introduction about what the writing lab is all about. So this area is all about improving your academic writing, helping you with your English skills, and introducing you to types of formatting that you may not have had any experience with before, such as APA formatting, which will be required in a lot of your assignments at Nexford. So we tell you all about that. There is a module section that can answer a lot of those questions. So you'll see some articles and papers here that can help answer anything related to formatting and so on. We also have some how-to videos, give you more tips about English grammar or paragraph structure, and so on. And then some frequently asked questions here for you. And if your question is still not answered, you can go ahead and schedule a one-on-one session with our writing lab coach, Caroline, which if you go back to the homepage here, you can learn more about her. Here's a little biography from our writing lab coach, Caroline, and then there's a link here where you can book a one-on-one session with her. And once you click on that, it takes you to this page where you can pick a date that suits you and a timing and put in your info and book. And it'll be that easy to book a 30-minute call or a 30-minute session with Caroline to address any writing-related questions that you have. All right, that is the writing lab, guys. What else can I tell you about? So I know we don't have a lot of time today, so let me maybe just jump straight into the learner benefits that you get at Nexford, such as our NXU library. So our Nexford library is a robust library of over 60 million resources that cover so many different topics and industries around the world. As you can see, you can jump to a specific group or simply just scroll through them. You'll see that they cover all of these different topics. These can be research papers, encyclopedias, blogs, articles, and so much more. So this is a great and very useful resource tool that you can use while you're studying at Nexford. All right, and then of course there is LinkedIn Learning. So if you haven't heard of LinkedIn Learning before, it is of course in relation to LinkedIn, and it is where as a Nexford learner, you will actually get free and unlimited access to over 16,000 LinkedIn Learning courses and videos that cover so many different topics that don't necessarily have to be related to the Nexford program that you have applied or enrolled in. So the great thing about this, the great benefit is that you can do additional learning aside from your Nexford program and top up those skills that you're learning at Nexford, or perhaps learn something completely different in case you have a second interest or hobby or so on. The great thing is once you complete any LinkedIn Learning course, you do receive a certificate of completion, for example, like this one. And it's a great thing to add to your CV or resume and to show off to your employer or just your community that you're learning on the go. You're not just waiting to complete your Nexford program to apply the skills that you're gaining. All right, what else can we cover? So let me jump to the career services and career portal basically on our website. If you go to nexford.org/career, you can learn more about the different ways that we help you with your career at Nexford. So if you scroll to the bottom, it will cover LinkedIn Learning, which we've already discussed. And if you're based in Africa, which I believe a lot of people on the call today with me are, the great thing is you can also access IBM Digital Nation Africa, which is maybe more tech related for those interested in perhaps cybersecurity or AI or programming or so on, then this is the place for you. We also have Localized, one of our many different offerings, and Localized is a great platform where you can create a profile for yourself. You can get connected with career coaches and mentors around the world. You can even join virtual job fairs, and it's a great way to really get you out there. All right, and then we also have the Global Grid. So you can also access that on our website. And the Global Grid is actually a mentorship program that we launched, I believe, last year. It is to enable talent around the world to prepare for remote jobs. You'll find that there are webinars and exclusive group mentoring sessions that are, of course, exclusive only for Nexford learners, whereas the webinars can be joined by anybody. If you are already in our marketing or like event list or mailing list, then you can definitely keep an eye on that. You can also keep an eye on our events page on our website in case you don't want to miss out on those. But the group mentoring sessions are exclusive for Nexford learners. And you'll see that our mentors come from all around the world, from top companies like Samsung and Coca-Cola. Okay, and I believe that is as much as I can try to cover today. I think I don't see a lot of people sharing questions yet. I hope they will start coming in now that I'm ready to take those questions. I think I can just quickly also just remind everyone a little more things about the online learning experience at Nexford. So I did mention the learning management system that we use is called Canvas. I want to also just clarify for everyone that anybody can finish their program at Nexford faster or slower, depending on how many courses they can take at the same time, and how many courses they can take at the same time also is dependent on their grades. So at Nexford, we don't have exams, rather your GPA, your total GPA is dependent on how you do in the required assignments. So you have assignments that you need to complete, you have final projects that you need to complete. And once you complete those, depending on your grade, that is what forms your total GPA. And so the higher grades you have, the more number of courses you will be allowed to take at the same time, and the faster you will be allowed to progress through your Nexford program. So there are deadlines, but you can definitely finish faster or even slower up to a certain limit, I would say. So you need to still complete every single course within your program within 8 weeks. So that is within 2 months. So as long as you allocate a minimum of 15 to 20 hours per week at your most convenient time and ensure that you're meeting your assessment and assignment deadlines, you can definitely finish faster. And assessments, FYI, are usually done every week. But don't worry, guys, because you will not be alone in your journey. You'll have access to our learner success team, like I discussed with you, 24/7, and they will help you transition to online studies, and they can help create your study timeline and goal setting. And also, the modules are asynchronous, so everything that you need to complete your assessments and projects will be available in your modules, so you don't need to wait for the live lectures to get started. And these live lectures are done by faculty every 2 weeks. It's only optional and you're not required for you to attend. So still to keep in mind, there aren't necessarily any fixed class times in the week or in the day. And of course, you'll have access to your faculty's calendar as well. So that means professors, you can book one-on-one sessions with professors as well. Okay, let's see the questions. I think I can jump in and start answering them. Okay, Rebecca's asking, is the logistics program or supply chain management certified by CIPS, or which charter I want to change my career? I'm sorry, I don't believe that it is, Rebecca. You can learn more about our different recognitions and our accreditation on our website. So let me share that information with everyone as well. Please, guys, keep the questions coming. This is a great opportunity that I'm with you. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have. Just FYI, currently Nexford's programs are accredited. Nexford itself is accredited by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, which is the DEAC, and the DEAC is listed by the U.S. Department of Education as a recognized accrediting agency. And Nexford is also recognized by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, which is CHIA, short for CHIA. And we're also accredited by ASIC, which is a UK-based international organization. And we're licensed by the Higher Education Licensure Commission, which is HELC or HALC, in Washington, D.C. as well. And that is the same organization that licenses all physical universities operating in Washington, D.C. We're also an educational member of the International Accreditation Council for Business Education, which is IACBE for short. And you can definitely learn more about our accreditation straight from our website, where you can find all the links to all of these and learn a lot more. So the gist of guys is that we are a U.S. country, considering we have learners over 100 countries around the world. I would recommend you check direct for different policies to what they accept. Okay, Nikki is asking, how many years will it take to complete the BBA? My highest qualification is National Diploma in Environmental Health. All right, so the BBA, as well as any Nexford program, has an average duration. And I say average duration, which means anybody can finish faster or slower, correct? So for the BBA, the average duration is 4 years. However, you can definitely finish the program in about 2.5 years, so maybe 28 months is the least that you can finish our BBA by taking more than one course at the same time and when you're maintaining high grades. So how many years? It can take you maybe 2.5 maybe, or I'd say 28, 48 months to finish our BBA program. And you should be able to apply if you have an ND. Even if it's in environmental health, that's fine. You don't need to have a business background to apply to our bachelor's degree program. Okay, we have Patrick who asked also, how do you facilitate the learning of students all the time remotely? Do you have any local hubs or physical seminar throughout the program? I hope that I answered that question earlier, Patrick, without seeing that you had asked that question. So like I explained, you won't be alone. You'll have 24/7 access to our faculty, our professors, our success advisors who are there to support you. All of the learning that you need is online in our online platforms. You can access at any time. And all the other stuff that I said about how you will have assessments, you will have assignments and so on. So please let me know if that wasn't clear, Patrick. Okay, fantastic. You're welcome. I'm glad that was helpful, Patrick. Okay, Rebecca's also asking, hi, is it just a BA and MBA courses being offered? Certainly not. We have a lot of programs. So in terms of degree programs, we currently only offer 3 degree programs, 2 of which are on an undergraduate level, which is, for example, our BBA, our Bachelor of Business Administration. We also have an associate degree, which is kind of before the bachelor's degree. It is called an Associate of Applied Science and Business. And if you take our BBA program, it is as if you're also taking the AAS, which is the associate degree of Applied Science and Business. So that is kind of included in the BBA, which means if you take the AAS first and then you take our BBA, you will be finishing our BBA in half the time because you will have completed already technically part or half of the program. So those are 2 undergraduate degrees that we have. And then of course we have our MBA, which is a master's degree on graduate level degree program. Aside from those degrees, we have single courses. We have a lot of those, also divided by undergraduate and graduate levels. And then we have short certificates, which can take, about an average of 5 months to complete. Also undergraduate and graduate level short certificates. So then technically those are intermediate or advanced level certificates. And then we also have boot camp programs, which can take maybe 5 or 7 months, depending on which program or which boot camp you're applying to. So you can see all of that on our website. Let me share the link with you as well. You're welcome, Rebecca. And I'll share that also on chat for everyone. Okay, Patrick's asking, to what % would you anticipate students completing their programs at Nexford are able to get job opportunities to advance in their career? That is a very good question. So just to let everyone know, the job skills you learn at Nexford will prepare you to apply for jobs or advance in a job you already have. So we can't say what job you'll get for certain because we're not, a job mill or whatever. Like, we are here to help you reach your goals. Our courses are designed to provide you with the skills that are most in demand in the global market today. So to find out what employers want, we actually asked them. We interviewed Fortune 500 leaders who employ 2.5 million people, and we use AI or artificial intelligence to survey 30 million job openings. So that way we teach you the skills that you need for the jobs that you want. Right. So that is something to keep in mind about how our programs were designed. And also the fact that all of Nexford's courses are competency-based, so they are skills-based. So you learn by doing. And so we understand that a job is what you're ultimately after, but we cannot guarantee jobs. All we can promise is to empower you with the skills you need to have the best chance to get a job or succeed in your career. And as you approach graduation, we will even help you prepare for interviews. So you're in good hands, but of course the rest is up to you. But through our career services, there's a ton of ways that we will help everybody with their career. And I will share on the webinar chat as well, how we help you with employment and how we directly help you with career progression. Okay, I've finished the questions in the question and answer box, and I see some people who sent questions in the webinar chat. So let me try to get to those. Okay, I think the first question on the chat is from David, who says, hello, does the fees change depending on the dollar rates? Honestly, David, it really depends from where in the world you're applying from. So we have some partnerships with certain banks and other entities in certain countries that allows us to provide tuition that is extra affordable for learners by providing the option for you to pay in local currency at a fixed exchange rate. So it doesn't keep changing up on you every single month. Once you get enrolled, you get a fixed exchange rate. So that can help things. So David, maybe you can provide me with more info about where in the world you're from, as well as which Nexford program you're applying to. And then I can give you an idea what fees you may be paying currently. But again, how much you pay really depends on the payment method that you're using. Okay, so let me show everyone also. You can go to our payment page to learn more about our different payment options. Okay, let's see what other questions we have. Yes, again. I hope everyone's seeing what I'm sending on the chat as well. So I'm sending that not just for those asking the questions, I'm sending that for everybody to benefit from, as well as that as additional information about payment options and also career options. Okay, thank you, Pierre. All right, let's see what else. We have John also asking what time is for the online lectures. So I believe I answered that also. So there aren't any fixed class times. All right, so you can log in any time of the day, any time of the week, so long as you meet your deadlines for your assignments and for participation and so on. I hope that's clear for everybody. You can just allocate an average of 15 to 20 hours per week. And I believe that should be enough to keep on track with your program. So there are assessments that are done usually every week, and just ensure that you're meeting your assessment and assignment deadlines, which you're going to be very well aware of from before you even start your program. And again, there's 24/7 access to success advisors who will help you with goal setting. You'll have a ton of reminders, so you're never going to be forgetting any of your assignments and so on. It's going to be in your calendar, it's going to be sent to your inbox and email and so on. And often success advisors will reach out to you before you even think to reach out to them. So don't worry. All right. Admin's asking how does the fees charged based on your course? I think you mean I did send more of an idea for everybody about our different payment options, and so our tuition fees do vary depending on what course you choose to study, as well as where in the world you're studying from, right? So we have different tuition groups depending on where you're from. So we have tailored our tuition fees depending on location. We've tailored our fees to be affordable in every different local market. Pierre is asking, hello, I would like to know if there is no specialization in finance. Not at the moment. I'm so sorry, Pierre. We don't have something that is specific to finance, whether it's a bachelor level or an MBA. However, we do have an MBA in e-commerce with a specialization in e-commerce. That may be something more related to what you're looking for. We have things in marketing. I know it's not specific to finance, but that is currently what we have on offer. I do apologize for that, Pierre. I do recommend you jump in and check in our different programs, check in the specializations. You'll find all the extra info that you need there. It's going to be very precise about what our different specializations offer. What is the course outline? You're going to see what courses are included in the specialization. So I recommend you read up on that and see what they include. You may be surprised about what may actually interest you. Okay, we have Mark asking, is there a graduate ceremony? Where does it happen? So yes, we do have physical graduation ceremonies. So while everybody can graduate from the comfort of their own home, and it's still great to graduate back home with your friends and your family and your loved ones, you can also travel to join a physical graduation ceremony. So we do hold one. We have held our first graduation ceremony in Washington, D.C. last September. I'm happy to send photos of that for everybody. Whenever we can, we try our best to also hold local graduation ceremonies for graduates in specific countries where we have a lot of graduates. For example, in Nigeria, we have held already 2 graduation ceremonies there. We held one in the past in Egypt also. We plan to keep holding more like physical ceremonies in local places around the world, but stay tuned for any more updates on that. We can't specify for now which countries those may be, but we are doing our best. And then of course, people can also join virtually. So we in our, I think our US one previously, we did a live stream or something like that of our graduation ceremony. Shared a link for everyone. You can check photos of those 2 graduation ceremonies that we held recently, last in Washington, D.C. as well as Nigeria. So we will help everybody with like an invitation letter for their visa process. I'm not sure if we're currently helping people travel, and other expenses and things like that, but you can always ask our team when you're nearing your graduation, and we can let you know what we have on offer at that time. Okay, what else? Mark is also asking, no, I got that question, sorry. So Ken was saying, hi, did your university give scholarship to students? So first of all, I want to say that Nexford is one of the most affordable online American universities in the world. Currently, a Nexford degree is 87% more affordable, or I would say that degree costs 87% less than the average American online degree. Having said that, I understand that the fees may still be not super affordable for some people around the world. So because of that, we regularly offer scholarships. I recommend you check out our scholarships page to learn more about what we currently have on offer. If you don't find something that applies to your country or applies to the admission requirements that you have, just WhatsApp our team or email us and we can see what we can do to help you. We may be able to provide you with a link where you can schedule a scholarship interview. And then you can see your chances and our team will let you know what may be possible in the future, and they'll get in touch if something or if a new scholarship pops up. Okay, what else? We have two questions in the Q&A. From Patrick, who says, do you have any team building activities for students, or are all of them in different remote areas, part of the world? That is a fantastic question. And the good news is we do have a lot of team building activities. We do our best to hold those as regularly as possible. So you will, I believe you can see photos also on our Facebook page of different events we held around the world. We've had some in the Philippines, in Egypt, in Nigeria, and Kenya. I believe in South Africa, in the US, of course. We held one in the UK, I believe, before. So off the top of my head, I can't remember all the different countries we've held those, but we do our best to try to hold physical activities. I think we did one in Indonesia before also. So keep an eye on our events page. If you're already in our system, then you will be in our mailing list. So we will inform anyone of any upcoming events that we have. Of course, you will also have the chance to speak with learners from around the world in our online platform. There's a chat section. You can message learners. You may even join other learners in group projects and assignments within your program. You can join them in drop-in sessions that our writing lab coach holds. So I mentioned that you can book a one-on-one with her, but there is an option where you can also join a call with her and other learners around the world. There's a ton of ways. There are discussion forums also with different learners, and of course the WhatsApp groups. So I know of a lot of learners from around the world in the past few years at Nexford that have been able to build a community with other Nexford learners, whether remotely or sometimes they create their own sort of study group. And if they happen to live nearby, they can meet up and so on. So some things are Nexford, planned, like we may orchestrate it. Other things, learners go off on their own and try to create their own events as well. So there's a lot that you can do. I would just recommend grabbing every opportunity that you can to really engage and reach out to those learners from around the world or within your community also. Okay, we have a question also here from Adeneki, who says, how do I pay for tuition fees with a dollar rate fixed with a partnership bank with different bank, or am I to be using that same bank? Honestly, it depends on which scholarship offer you're talking about. So if you're talking about one of our customer scholarship offers or employee offers that require that either you are an employee of that bank or that you're a customer of that bank, then yes, you need to have a bank account with that specific bank. If you're talking about other scholarship offers that simply require that you use the payment method of, let's say, Sterling Bank, then no, you do not need to actually have an account with that bank, if that makes sense. So please WhatsApp our team on WhatsApp, and we can give you more information about how you can make that happen. So I hope that was clear and that answers your question. You're welcome. Okay, does anybody else have any more questions? All right, guys. Hi, Kehinde. I do apologize for anyone if I am mispronouncing your names. Doing my best. And you have paid for your course starting May 1. Fantastic. Good job. You're ahead of the crowd. Discussed with Myra. Thanks for sharing. All right. So Myra is one of my colleagues, also a senior Nexford Application Specialist. I'm glad she was able to help you. So that is what our team is there for, guys. We do have a team on board. You should receive an a response rather within 24 hours if you reach out to our team. Please make sure to reach out to us either by email or on chat, and we'll do our best to get back to you. So can I confirm that everybody saw the WhatsApp number I shared on chat, as well as the link or the email address for our help inbox, so that way you can reach out to our team with any further questions in case I missed anything or in case you don't remember any other questions at the moment. When do I get the link to Business Foundations? Great question, Kenda. You should, if you are already paid, did you receive another communication from our team? If you did, from our admissions team, and you're fully enrolled, then I believe you should receive access to the online platform very, very soon, maybe within 48 hours. So just make sure to reach out to our team so they can check that for you. Again, you can WhatsApp us or email us and we can double check. Anytime you get enrolled, you should already have access to the Business Foundation courses. So yes. Sorry, not the Business Foundation courses. I apologize for that. I mean, our NXU Orientation rather. The Business Foundations, you would start that on May 1st. So all of our programs start in the beginning of every month. You cannot just start in the middle of the month. So the first of every month is when any course starts. Prince, will learning materials be available? Please, yes, of course. Everything you need is available online. So I believe I showed that today. If you want to see more, then I recommend you also register for this month's main virtual tours. Our Nexford Virtual Tour every month is often held at the 3rd week of the month. So we have one, I believe, on April 25. This will be a longer virtual tour. It'll be joined with by also a professor, one of our MBA professors. It'll also be joined by 2 Nexford learners or graduates who can tell everyone more about their learning experience firsthand as a Nexford learner. I will have more time on the call to show everyone more about the learning materials and all of that. I will share the link for that also in case people on the call want to join the next one. Just give me a second here. Let me get the link for everyone. Again, this is for April 25. This can run anywhere from 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So make sure that you allocate time for that. I think it's super beneficial. It can be more fun for everyone also to learn more from, Nexford learners, actual Nexford learners, as well as a Nexford professor. Share that on chat. That is an option for you guys. Alternatively, I also hold virtual tours like these one-on-one. So those are they run for maybe 15 minutes because it's just a short mini virtual tour that you can book with me in case you have just minor questions or want me to jump into a specific section in the online platform. Patrick says, thanks for the great presentation. You're super welcome, Patrick. Would you please mention again the timeline or deadlines on the applications for the current programs? Definitely. Okay, so just to clarify for everybody, our programs, any Nexford program, whether it is a degree or a short certificate or a single course, or even a boot camp, every single Nexford program starts on the 1st of every month, right? So our current next intake starts on May 1. You cannot start now. You can't apply and enroll and start tomorrow. Our next intake is on May 1st. If you miss that intake, then you can start on June 1 or July 1, August 1, so on. So the 1st of every single month. What is the enrollment deadline of every single month? It is the 28th of the previous month. Okay, so if you wish to join our May 1 batch of learners or our May 1 intake, you need to make sure you apply and you enroll by the 28th of April. All right, so what is applying and what is enrolling? Applying is the first step or is the first stage. That is going to our online application, which is apply.nexford.org. Of course, you have to have already decided what Nexford program you want to study. You need to read up on the admission requirements, see whether or not you actually meet the requirements needed for that. So for example, for our MBA, you need to make sure you already have a bachelor's degree program or something that is equivalent to a bachelor's degree program. And you need to have proof of English proficiency. So whether that is through an English proficiency test or exam or certificate, something like IELTS or Duolingo even. If you do not have that, and if you can prove that you're proficient in English in another way, you can check how you can prove that. One of the ways is if you have actually studied in English. So if English was the main language of instruction in your previous school, then just applying with your transcript is enough proof that you are proficient in English. Then you will not need to provide an English proficiency certificate or exam or test or so on. So again, to recap, you need, of course, a valid form of identification. You need proof of English proficiency. You need proof of previous education, whether it's a statement of results or a copy of your school certificate and so on. And valid form of ID, English and certificate. And then you need to pay a one-time $20 application fee and submit your application. So it is a mandatory $20 application fee. It is a one-time payment. Once you pay that, once you've submitted your application, it can take anywhere from 1 day to 7 business days to receive an application decision. Often people can receive a response maybe same day or within 1 to 2 days. It can take 7 days if anything is missing in your application, or if maybe you have documents that need to be translated. We do offer free in-house translations for those, but that may delay your application a little bit more. So then in that case, it can take a week. So that's why it's important to always apply early on. Give yourself at least 2 weeks before the intake that you wish to join, just so you make sure you don't miss out on that intake for any reason. All right, so once you receive your positive admissions decision, what is next is for you to get enrolled. So you've applied, you've paid the $20 application fee, you've provided the preliminary documents that is needed. That doesn't mean you're fully enrolled at Nexford yet. You still need to get enrolled, and the only way that you get enrolled is to make sure that you pay at least the first month of your program tuition. And that is how you can secure your enrollment and your spot at Nexford. You've paid at least that first month of tuition. You then need to select also a start date. Right. So once you're enrolling, you can get enrolled and not start right away. So let's say people can't get enrolled in April, but let's say you get enrolled, you just want to secure your spot, but you don't want to start May 1. That's okay. You can start as late as August 1st. You can choose a start date up to 4 months ahead. That is an option as well. This is beneficial if you're enrolling at a time where there's a limited time offer or a scholarship or something like that, and that is a way to secure your spot and still benefit with that scholarship offer, if that makes sense. Having said everything that I said, let me share on chat also sort of a just a summary of the application steps and what you need to do. And I've shared a link to a video also, which is a guide, like a step-by-step video to help you further through the application process. All right, that is a long-winded answer for you, Patrick, but I hope that was clear. I hope the links I shared can be super useful to those as well. All right, I will take this final question, guys, from Adineke, who says, will I be taking foundation courses before the BBA? No, you will not, Adineke. The foundation courses are rather advanced business foundation courses are only applicable to MBA applicants. And this is only for those who are applying for an MBA and they have a bachelor's degree that is not in a business-related field. So if your previous degree is not considered to be in a business-related field, you may be required to take just our business foundation certificate, which includes four business foundation courses that you just need to complete before you jump into our main MBA curriculum. Such a thing does not exist for the BBA. Okay, guys, that is it from me. I believe no one seems to have other questions that they're sending in. I will need to wrap up this virtual tour. I hope it was useful and beneficial for everyone. Again, if you have more questions, let me send in our link again for everybody. So, I will share our WhatsApp link. You can simply click on that or put it in the your browser, and then you can WhatsApp us. Or you can add us on your mobile phone with that number to WhatsApp us anytime. You can also email us at help@nexford.org. And by email, we will respond to you in less than 24 hours. All right. Thanks for taking time in your day or your evening to join me today. I hope you learned more about the Nexford learning experience. Please make sure to go through all the information I shared on chat. I believe those are beneficial for you, and do not hesitate to reach out. I hope a lot of you will be joining us for the May 1 intake, if not any intake after that. We would love to have you on board. Thanks again, everybody, for your time. Take care, have a good day, and best of luck. Bye, everyone.